Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel Truly Simriti. This is Simriti and I've been creating content on LinkedIn for the past 1 week now, and I've been a LinkedIn content creator for the past 1.5 months and an Instagram content creator for 3 to 4 months. So basically, I'm an aspiring content creator working at a corporate.
Amazing!
Anyways, getting back to the point. So this is probably my sixth to seventh video on this YouTube channel, and this one's gonna be about interviews at Big Four. What are the probable mistakes and the biggest mistakes people make when they get into when they appear for the interviews or when they are being interviewed by the recruiters? So what are the biggest mistakes? We'll be talking about every mistake. I've considered 5 biggest mistakes, and we'll be talking about those 5 biggest mistakes in this video. So make sure that you watch this video until the very end and share with your friends and family members if you find this helpful, and please subscribe to my channel. So let's get started with the first one. So the first one is telling them that you want a job just because they are a good company or your dream company. So whenever you in an interview, whenever you get asked a question, why do you want to be a part of our company? Why do you want to join our company? You telling them that uh, I want to be a part of this company because this is my dream company or my dream job is the last thing that the recruiter wants to even hear from you. I mean, this is what he gets to hear from each and every random candidate. So if you want to stand out, if you want to really stand out, what you can do is go through the website, go through the websites of the company. For example, if you're appearing for a Deloitte or EY or KPMG or PwC or any other company that you wish to be a part of, this applies to each and every company, let only Big Fours. Okay, so if you want to really stand out from other candidates that are in the queue, what you can do is make sure you read every information in detail, whatever is there on the internet. Make sure you go through the website of the company thoroughly. Make sure you read through the publications. Make sure you go through the projects the company is working on. Make sure that you are even considering the CSR responsibilities of the company, because when you do that, you can really let the recruiter know that yes, you have researched enough about the company. It's almost like not doing your homework and syllabus and you go for a test if you are not doing that. So make sure that you are doing it, and you are doing it thoroughly in detail, making notes wherever applicable. For example, I'll tell you what I did in my EY interview. So what I did was I went through all the pages, all the social media handles that the company had. For example, LinkedIn, Instagram, and even their websites. I went through all the information that was available through other sources on the internet, just to make myself aware whatever the projects the company is working on, what are the other things that the company is taking part in, what are the let's just say environmental steps that the company is taking on everyday basis. So what are those things? So I made myself aware of each and everything in detail. I made those notes down, and that's how I was able to convince the recruiter that yes, I have researched enough about this company, and this is how my values align with the company's values, and this is why I want to be a part of this company, because I think that I'll be able to genuinely make an impact, right? You just cannot be like I want to be part of this company because this is my dream job. No job is anybody's dream job. If you still think that, you must join your dream job for once in life and you'll realize that it is definitely not your dream job. Anyways, coming back to the point. So whatever happens, right? So make sure you do not make this mistake to let the recruiter know that this is my dream job, that's why I want to join in, or this is a Big Four company or a famous company or an MNC, that's why I want to join in. Trust me, I was just taking a mock interview of somebody, and the other person just answered in the same way. I want to join this company because I'll get to network, I'll get good opportunities, good career, good name on my resume. They literally said it. Of course, these are the other perks of you joining a good company, but you don't have to say it, right? You have to make sure that you are praising the company, you are aligning yourself to the company's values, and that's how the other person feels that yes, you are deserving to be a part of it, because your motive is different, right? So make sure you do not make that mistake. So the next point is not knowing anything about the job. For example, if you are going for a tax profile, let's just say, okay, and then you are not even sure whatever is written on the job description. You just go to the interview and you are asked to summarize whatever was there on the job description. What will you do in that case? So just do not make the mistakes to just go through all those YouTube videos that do this and you will get that job, do that, you will get that job. Of course, you should, get as much information as you want, but just don't skip on the basic steps, which are, of course, reading the company's website, reading through all the publications it has, reading whatever information is available on the internet, and reading the job description. Because of course you don't want to miss out what are the basic keywords that the company is asking, or what are the basic skills that the company is looking for. If you are not even aware of it, how will you even convince the other person that yes, I am a deserving candidate and I deserve to be a part of your company, right? So going forward, not knowing anything about the profile, yeah. So what happened was I was placed through my campus placements for the audit profile at EY. Okay, last to last placement session, because I was in my third year, and you know what happened. So our profile was audit profile, and when our placements were going on, when we sat for the interviews, we were not aware of what audit is. We had not studied. Of course, we knew the basic definition, what in a layman language, of course, we knew it. But if we were asked to explain what audit clearly is, we were not able to do that. Now, what happened was, I was lucky enough that I had studied audit, like not studied, but at least from my end, I had made efforts to know what audit is, what are the basic reports, what are the basic opinions, what are the standards that are followed in the audit procedures, and what are the basic things that we do, right? So I was lucky enough to go through them, and I thought that yes, this is the profile I'm applying for, and I should know about it, right? So that was my whole motive behind it. But then again, there were few people in my batch only who didn't study what audit is, and they couldn't explain. They couldn't even explain what audit is, not even in layman languages. And then, of course, if you're going for an audit profile and you do not know about what audit is, then of course that doesn't serve the purpose, right? The recruiter won't be convinced enough about it. So you have to make sure that whatever is there in the job description, whatever is there on the internet about the company, whatever is the job profile, you should be thorough with it. You shouldn't be like, you just, okay, it's an interview, I'm a college student, they won't be asking me too much, so let's just go sit for the interview and they'll select me. Of course, this does not happen. Even they want to make sure that they are spending their time and efforts, of course, and they are selecting the right candidate, right? So it shouldn't be like you are wasting yours as well as theirs time as well, right? So you have to make sure that whatever the profile you are applying for, you at least have a knowledge about it. If not experience, then some knowledge about it, right? You won't be selected if you are just going for a profile and you are not even sure what it is. Then it just shows how disinterested you are, how unwilling you are to make even efforts about knowing about the company, knowing about the job description, as well as the profile you are applying in, right? So to make sure you do not make that mistake. So what happened in my case, I was able to handle those questions. What is audit, what are the audit reports? I was literally asked these questions in my interview. Had I not studied those questions on my end, of course I would have been in the same situation as well. So make sure you do not make that mistake what others did in my batch. So please, please, please read the job descriptions, read the profile अच्छे से, what in profile you are applying for, and read the website. I literally spent 2 days of my preparation in just reading the website and whatever was there on the internet, whatever information I could get from other resources, Google, YouTube, and LinkedIn, their social media handles like Instagram and stuff. I even made a note about the awards that the company had won in the past. For example, I think there was something like best place for women to work, something like that, and I literally mentioned those awards in the interview, and that just makes an impact that yes, you have researched enough about the company. So it all depends on you how you want to take it. If you are somebody who is a who, for example, is a part of NSS of your college, and then of course you have to sometimes research well enough about the social causes or the social initiatives that the company is working on, be it environment, be it anything else, so that you can connect yourself to that value of the company, because that is very important these days. Of course there are skills, there is knowledge, there is everything, but nothing goes beyond the connection you want to make with the company, with the recruiter, so that they think that yes, you are deserving and yes, you have put the effort, right? So coming back to the next point, so this is specifically for audit profiles. Strong basics in accounting if you do not have. Okay, so I have been mentoring students for campus placement, specifically for big fours, for example Deloitte, KPMG and EY. And I have realized that there are very few people who are in college, as well as they've studied commerce from the past 3 4 years, and still do not have the strong basics in accounting. You do not have to know about all the mergers and acquisitions and stuff like that for a job interview, but what is really expected is that you at least know the basics. Now what do I mean by basics in accounting? Of course, the journal entries, the balance sheet, trial balance, cash flow, bank reconciliation statements, basic ratios that we calculate on daily basis to analyze financials, all those stuff. You have to learn it like that. You have to understand those concepts like that, that you just it is just on your fingers, right? So you don't have to think that twice, because journal entries are the basic foundation of everything, right? So I still remember there was this session that I was taking, and people didn't even knew about the sales journal entry, and they didn't even know about the rent paid journal entry. So these are very basic journal entries that you, it is like that. I just was so surprised to see that these people have been studying those basics for the past 4 years now. I think 2 years of college, and then again 2 3 years of your school, and still you do not know about the basics of accounting. How will things work when you are appearing for that profile? Because when you are appearing for the technical round of the interview, all you are asked is about your basic accounting concepts. Are they even clear? What is tested is, are you being correct at the basics of accounting? Now what are the basics? These are simple depreciation methods, of course, very simple. So make sure that you go through all those concepts, all those numericals, all those formulas before you sit for your interview, because of course there should not be a need for going through. You just have to revise it, but make sure you do not make that mistake that you are good at everything, good at communicating, good at interpreting in everything, but you do not know about the basics of accounting, because then that is of no use, right? So make sure that whatever profile you are applying for, make sure you know the basics of it. Tax, know the basics of it. Audit, know the basics of it. Accounting, know the basics of it again. Make sure you do not ever make that mistakes, because what happened in my interview was I was asked some journal entry. I clearly don't remember what was it right now, but I remember that it was a journal entry, okay, or something like a depreciation formula. So what happened was, I knew that I was right. So I say, so for supposedly they just asked me what is the creditors, like we are just writing off bad debts, for example. Okay, and then the recruiters comes up to me and asks me what is the journal entry for writing of patents. I told them my answer, and then to make sure that I was confident enough, and I had strong basics in accounting, and uh, I was not that person who doubts them without any reason. So what he did was he just asked me over and over again, "Are you sure this is right?" I was like, "Yes, I'm sure." And then he asked me again, "You're sure, no? Like this shouldn't be the reverse of what you are saying?" I was like, "Yes, I'm pretty sure." And then he was convinced that yes, I'm confident enough and I have good basics in my accounting, or for example, whatever profile you are applying for. Okay, so what happened with me was like he just wanted to make sure that I'm confident enough. He just wanted to make sure that I'm just he just wanted to make sure that I am confident enough, as well as I'm not that person who would doubt themselves just because the other person is saying. So that was it, right? So basically जो चार चीजें मैंने अभी बताई हैं, those are, first of all, you should not miss on reading out content about the company that is there on the internet. Not You should not miss out on job description. You should be knowing everything about the job profile you are applying for, be it any. And number four thing, you should be clear about the basics of the accounting, right? Not just basics of accounting, basis of any profile you are applying for, right? So these are four things. And number five, and the most general tip I would give for any interview, is that you should be good in communicating. Good in communicating what you wanna communicate, right? So what happens is that even if you're not good at communicating, right, so the other person would not understand. It is very important that you communicate it really well. You should work on your English speaking skills. You should work on your communication. Make sure that take mock interviews, make a group of friends, try pretending that you are in an interview and the other person is the recruiter. So make sure to build your confidence like that, because if you will be going blank in your interview, ha- uh, of course only the stress and anxiety would kill you there, and you would not be able to say whatever you wanted to say, whatever you wanted to communicate. You would not be able to do that just because your anxiety kicked in, right? So make sure you are making that mock interview environment around yourself. Rely on a group of friends. Make a group of 3 to 4 people where each one of you interview each other. Trust me, this really helps, and I've tried a lot in my mentoring sessions as well. I of course take mock interviews of people, and it has always worked out, because then they feel like that then they don't feel like that, yes, I'm giving the interview for the first time ever in my life. Because when you set that mock interview environment zone in your mentoring sessions, then it just gives the other person a boost of confidence. So make sure you do it yourself on your own. Make a group of friends and then work on it, because nothing is better than that. And if you feel like that, yes, you are not as good at communicating, then try to converse as much as you can in English to your friends, to other people around, on regular basis. And trust me, it gets better at and you'll get better at it, right? What I did was I used to constantly for a year or two. I still even do it now. I like English songs. I like to read English books, and I like to even communicate in English as much as I can to everybody around me. So this just gives me a boost of confidence, and now creating content on YouTube as well. And so it's like you just have to hone your skills, hone your communication skills, your English speaking skills, so that you do not lag behind at it, and you do not get rejected because of those reasons. Because communication is the first step, everything else comes later. If you have studied it all good, if you have gone through everything in detail, the profile, the job description, the company's website, you are good at basics and everything, you're nice at. If you do not have the right amount of confidence, if your anxiety keeps kicking in, and if you are not as good at communicating, right, then in that case, the first thing you should focus on is your communication skills, because that helps. If you are just not able to communicate, if the other person won't interpret the way you wanted it to be, right? So just make sure. So I've discussed 5 biggest mistakes. The first thing is making sure that the company's website, company's everything, company's detail are read thoroughly, and you should make notes for it, so that you can take reference from those when you answer those questions. Number 2, you are not skipping out on basic steps like job reading the job description. Number 3, you know everything about the profile you are applying for. Number 4, you have a strong basic technical knowledge in the field you are applying for. And number 5, and the most important one, you are confident and you are good at communicating. So I just wanted to discuss these 5 super big mistakes that people make on daily basis, and then they get rejected. So just wanted to make sure that you do not get rejected. And if you want me to make another video of the most important and the most asked interview questions at the big four companies and campus placements, I'll be happy to make it. So just drop in the comments below if you want to make me such a video, and I'll be really happy to help you out. And yes, that was all for today's video. I hope that you found it super helpful, and if you found it really helpful, first of all, share it with your friends and family, and share it within your college groups. Like this video, comment under this video how you found it, and let me know if you want me to make the video of most asked interview questions on campus placements with regards to the big four companies. And lastly, subscribe to my channel to not miss out on such content. And thank you again for watching this video until the very end. See you in the next video. Bye.